Hi everyone, this is Bhavna Agarwal. So, I'm an English teacher for today. I will tell you one of the interesting fact that is, English is second globally accepted language. Yes, so why not learn English and be better in that? So, we'll start with the first lesson for today with us, that is verbs and its types. So, let's start, right? Okay. Now, what are verbs according to you? Okay. Yes, I can hear few of you are telling me verbs are action verbs. Very good. Wonderful. Verbs are nothing but action verbs. Now, for example, I am listening, so it's a verb. I'm teaching, it's a verb. We are playing, it's a verb. Okay. So today we'll understand what are the types of the verbs we will be learning today. Now, a verb is a word that denotes being, having, doing, or an action or state or event in any form. Now, there are different types of verbs, okay? So, doing verbs, do, does, did. Action verbs are what we are, action is been performed mentally and physically. Yes, I'm mentally and physically performing an action right now of teaching. So, it's a action verb. State of being verb. State of being means what? I'm a teacher. So, it's my state of being verb. Okay, you are a student. So, it's your state of a being verb. So next is having verbs. Have, has, had. So for examples, Rima baked a cake. So it's an action. Baking is an action. I play cricket. She is a teacher. Okay, he does his work on time. They have a big house. As I said, you having verbs. They have a big house. They have a big car. They have a big heart. Okay. Yes, I do understand your concern. Okay. They were my students. So these are what verbs. Verbs, it's an introduction. Verb is nothing but action verb, and there are different kinds of verb we call, which has been divided as doing verbs, action verbs, state of being verb, having verbs, etc. Now we'll learn the types of verbs and we'll move forward. Now, state of being verbs and action verb. State of being verbs means what? Stative. A state of verb defines who or what a noun is, was, or will be. Now, there is one tip over here, state of being verb are never in ing form, like action verb. We say playing, dancing, eating, and all that. The state of being verb, they don't have ing form. Okay, let's see more examples on it. Action verb is a verb that expresses physical or mental action. Right now, I'm in what which category of verb? Action verb, because physically and mentally I'm teaching you all, I'm with you all. So action is going on. So it is what action verb. Now, example, state verb. Prachi likes cupcake. So it's a state verb. I have a small family. It's a state of being verb. Action verb, children are playing in the park and boys are screaming in the class. Now, as I say to you, state of being verb cannot be in ing form. I cannot write, I am having a small family. It's a wrong English. Okay, so state of being verb are never in ing form. Like action verbs can be in ing form and are ing form most of the time, right? Yes. Now, the next type of verbs are transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. I know many of you are always confused. After learning and after going through too many books also, we are confused. At the end moment, we actually mix up everything, right? We mix up what are transitive verb, ma'am, what are transitive verb, what are intransitive verb, what are auxiliary verbs, what are state of being verbs. So don't worry, I'm here to solve your doubts today. So let's study more in detail about transitive and intransitive verb. Now, transitive verbs are those verbs which have an object. If I say in an easy language to understand, transitive verb most of the time have an object. Okay. And the second thing is what? What a transitive verb? When action is passed from subject to an object. Okay. Object can be either a thing or either a person. But action which has been passed, okay, the carry forward to object or to any other thing or a person. Object can be any other thing or a person. Then it's a transitive verb. For example, she conveyed her feelings. What did she convey? Feelings. Okay. Prachi likes to cook steamed rice. What does she like to cook? Steamed rice. So what is happening? Prachi is a subject. Steamed rice is what? It's object. So when action, a verb is transitive if the action does not stop with the subject. Subject is Prachi. Action is not stopped till Prachi. Action has transferred to what? object, and object is what over here? Steam rice. So a verb is intransitive if action does not stop with the subject, okay, but passes from the subject to object. Am I clear? Okay. Now, what are intransitive verbs? Okay, you tell me. I'll just give you the hint. When I see transitive verbs, always action passes from subject to object. So it's very easy to identify when action is not passing from subject to object, then it's intransitive. So we'll learn more in intransitive. So action stops. When action stops with the subject, it's an intransitive verb. Example, she bakes, he cooks, birds fly, they swim. Now, if I want to give you example from transitive verb only, for example, Prachi likes to cook. Steam rice, as I said to you, so steam rice was what object over here. But when I say she cooks, so what is an object? No object. Action is there, but there is no object. Action is there, but there is no object. And at times object is there, but action is not passed from object to subject. When action stops at the subject, when action stops at the subject and it does not passes to the object, then it's what? Intransitive verb. I hope it's easy now to understand, right? So, a verb is a transitive if action does not stop at the subject but passes from subject to object. It means to something else. Okay. A verb is intransitive when action stops to the subject. Subject can be anyone. For example, me. I'm a subject if I'm doing any of the action. If action stops to me, what is it? Intransitive verb. And does not pass from subject to object. It is intransitive. So it's easy? Yes, thank you all. So keep commenting and keep asking me any of the question, any of the query you have it. Okay. So till then, see you. Take care. Keep smiling. Keep learning with me and meet you soon. Bye bye. Have a great day, all of you.